What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to track text in Motion 5. So let's hop right into it. So if you saw in that last clip right down here, I'm using this clip of my camera. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to track text to this camera, probably to the lens here. You saw in those last two shots so that it stays there. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to get text up on the screen. So you're going to go to the text tool, and then I'm going to type in specifically Sigma art. Oops. I need to type in Sigma art 18 to 35 millimeter. So the next thing we're going to do is go down to your text. Basically, you want to create a group for your text. So you can have your own separate group away from the movie group. And then you're going to want to position your text where you want to basically keep it at the entire time on the frame. So the nice thing about Motion 5, it has some really powerful features that allow you to track the text instead of just, I can do this in Final Cut Pro, but it takes a lot longer. So go up to your library and go up to Motion Tracking and Behaviors. Once you're in Motion Tracking, you're going to want to go down to Match Move. So this is going to allow you to basically track your text. This is your tracking behavior. You're going to want to put it at the top of the group because this will help with later for what we're going to do. So then you're going to want to go over to this little red dot here, and you want to find a high contrast spot. I try to pick something out that basically stands out a little bit so the text can have something to recognize to hold on to. I try not to pick a big area that it'll get confused at. So then you're going to go up to the left side, go to the behaviors and the inspector, click analyze. So as you notice here, you can see that there's already a trail being made right here that the text is trying to stick to. These are basically a bunch of keyframes. It's essentially what you would do if you had to do keyframes the entire time. Now the clip I have is pretty shaky, so if you have a lot more smoother clip, if your clip is a lot more smoother, then you'll get greater results from using this motion. So this was the furthest that I could go because of how shaky the clip was. So I'm just going to shorten it down to here. And I did the same thing in the videos earlier, so this is no different. And I'm also going to slow this down in post, so if it looks a little crazy in a second when I show you here, you'll see what I'm saying. So let's check out the clip now. So let's go right over to the beginning. So it's actually looking pretty good. The clip is pretty shaky, so I didn't expect it to be good. But once I get into post, I'm going to put this in slow motion. It'll look a lot better. It'll still track the spot and look super good. So once I have this, once I have the text tracked, I'm going to rename my group text group, and I'm going to show you guys how to put graphics in here as well. So now that I have this match move inside this group, and you can only do this with inside of its own group. So if the text is outside the group with the match move, you won't yield the same effects. Basically, you want this only to affect the this animation to affect this graphic. So okay, let's go up to graphics, go up to content, go over to vector art. We're going to take this vector art, and I'm just going to use this one specifically because it's sort of boxy. I put mine in my text group, and then you're going to drag it. Well, I'm going to drag mine, and I'm going to, for whatever object you want to do, and then I'm going to position it over the top of this. So the cool thing about this is once I put this, this graphic inside this text group right here, anything that's inside this group will be affected by it, but nothing outside this text group will be affected by it. So you're basically any element that you put inside of this group, it just makes it a lot easier. So if you've already tracked something in there, it'll pretty much follow the same path that you put in there for everything else. So let's check out the clip. Check it out. Look, it stays. You didn't even have to put a new match move over it. It's just going, make sure the match, you got to make sure the match move is over at the top, but you see the coordinates and the text are in there in their own little separate group. Now, as you can tell, my clip's a little long still. But this is essentially what we're looking for. We're looking for it to track it. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial on Motion 5, and I will see you on the flip side.